Welcome back to the second game between the Viper and Scogo. Portuguese against Huns, and what do you expect to see here? Portuguese, Gunpowder Civilization, Huns, Cavalry Civilizations. This is pretty much exactly what's going to happen as far as I remember this game. It's going to be a little bit of a longer one, it's not going to end in like 35 minutes or something. So let's see how the players are going to start off, what the game maps look like, and then let's see how the Viper is going to play this game against Huns, a civilization that can be really good on arena, sometimes can be rather bad against certain civilizations. Huns against Portuguese might be interesting, actually. I'm not really sure what's the better civilization here, and that's because I don't really know a lot about Portuguese in the meta here. Let's find out what Viper is dealing with. Extra berries, actually, which he could take, like a TC here would be nice. Main stone on the side. The second gold safe in the back. We have 3 deer inside, wolf close. This could be interesting. Luring that boar is dangerous even. Second stone safe in the back. And there's 2 sheep, which Viper has yet to find. Can see the boar, he can see one of the deer. And I want to see that boar getting lured, actually. Let's see, where's the village? And there it is. And Viper can see the wolf now, so he knows this could get dangerous. He is staying there and he is waiting. Where's the villager gone? Did not go for the boar. Is he going? Yeah, no wolf coming for the villager here. But Viper might need to deal with that later on. There is the boar coming in, so Viper is all fine. Main gold is forward for him. And the third gold on the right hand side is outside. One really close to the space on the left, one on the right, other way around. So all pretty standard, actually. Map looking okay-ish, I guess. Not too good, not too bad. Relic in the neutral zone, and then we switch over to Scogo. Scogo has, what do we have here in the back? Deer, which is nice. Second gold safe in the back, extra gold in the back. Then we have the main gold forward on the right hand side. Second stone there is outside on that side, and the main stone on the left hand side is close to the wall, so quite close. Extra gold here on the left as well. That's the third gold, pretty far away. One really close here on the left hand side, or quite close. This one closer on the right. So, Huns against Portuguese. You can go for Cavalry in Castle Age, you can go for Cavalry in Castle Age using the Huns here. Let's see what Scogo is opting to do. He's got a lot of villagers queued up. I don't think he's going to go up on 30 population. I guess he will cancel a few of those wills and then click up like 27, 28 pop, something like that. Viper is going for one more, I guess 27 it is then. And he's sending villagers to take the second gold. He was actually able to kill the wolf. I think he had a scout around. He knew the wolf was coming to take fight villagers on the lumber camp, but Viper was able to stop the wolf in time. And now there's 2 villagers on gold. Viper going with a few more. Look at this, few more villagers. He's on 30 pop now before clicking up. That's a lot. And he's got 6 farms up and running, going to stone with 3 villagers. Looks like he wants to go for the famous Orjan guns. Orjan? I don't know. The Orjan guns. Now Scogo doing what he's expected to do, going up 27 actually, barracks coming up, that means archer and blacksmith. We're going to see, ooh, the village is idle. Now Scogo found out about her and should still be in time. He's going for cav archers apparently. I don't think we're going to see archers in Castle Age. Instead, cav archer production will start, in Field Age will start in Castle Age here. 3 villagers on the main gold, forward of course, and Scogo can see his extra gold in the back, which is nice for him. He's continuing to scout. Can you see that extra gold on the map? Not yet. He has to scout the left hand side actually. To find out a little bit more here. Double buildings coming from both players. Viper doing wheelbarrow in Feudal Age. This is a really strange build order. I guess this is another form of challenge somehow. Or do you want to go fast imp? That's the only real explanation I can see for a 30 pop Castle Age. And fast imp might be really interesting. Can go for bombard cannons then, have a castle in time, and then go for organ guns. But like this, Viper is investing into horse color, and that means no fast imp usually. Only 3 villagers on the berries. That's also not a lot here. But he's got a second mill with 3 more villagers on the extra berries, so it makes sense. Now Viper has to run away from that scout, taking a few hits. I think he's not completely controlling that scout, because otherwise he would be running. Now he's running towards that extra gold. Scogo can see that now. Yeah, sorry, Scogo is running away, not the Viper. And Scogo is going, but there's the first cav archer. And I think Scogo should take map control here for starters. Viper only now hitting Castle Age, has enough stone for a castle, almost at least. Needs a little bit more. And the scout from the Viper is going down eventually, I guess. The castle coming up here next to the main gold makes sense. Monastery is up, and Scogo in the meantime going for an extra TC on the woodline here on the right hand side. Monastery is up, double archer range, cav archer production starting, and a good amount of farms to sustain villager production as well. So Scogo looking fine at this point in the game. 46 population against only 33. Viper is doing handcart now. Is he going like sudden death mode, or is he going for any extra TCs at this point? Like sudden death, that's probably possible to go wheelbarrow or handcart. You have only that one TC, but not like this. Organ gun on the way. and 2 monks already. There's 1 relic inside. That was the one from the right hand side here. Now the other relic could be difficult to take. Let's see if Viper can get a conversion here. Can see the Cav Archer, and Scogo needs to run back, but too late. And that's actually a decent fight for the Viper. He can start to heal. Then again, there's more Cav Archers around, but also the organ guns moving in. Viper has a Cav Archer converted, and he's taking the second relic. Cav Archer on left to protect the other relic. Siege Workshop up forward for Scogo. And Scogo is still in 2 TCs, but those are running well, and he's 12 villages ahead. Doing Boatkin arrow now, Viper going for Loom, a few farms getting reseeded, and Scogo is going to try to get more relics in. I guess the Mangonel on the way? Not yet. A few organ guns here, that's like 4 plus 1 coming in, and those organ guns are actually going to attack that Siege Workshop. Now the Mangonel creation starting, and there's the Cav Archers moving in. Can Viper get another conversion? Think not, but he managed to kill one of the Cav Archers using the organ guns here. Bloodlines coming from Scogo as well. That's a really important upgrade when you go for a lot of Cav Archers. You would definitely want to have the 20 plus HP, plus 20. And Cav Archer amount is good here, 60 military units. That's 1 Mangonel, which could drop out any time to attack a few of those organ guns. Ooh, nice split here from the Viper. I was trying to get the right timing here, Scogo, but Viper paid attention. And Viper is the one who's going to up to Imperial Age. That's a fast imp actually, so it did go for a few upgrades like Horse Collar and Wheelbarrow Handcart to have a decent economy with the few villagers that he has. 36 only, second castle coming up. Viper's open here, but he has the organ guns. And Scogo, has he done a third TC now? No, only 2 TCs. Use the other stone. There's the TC coming up actually on that second gold in the wood line. Nice TC spot. A little bit late, but better late than ever. He's got a lot of army here. So Scogo, even though there's a lot of those organ guns, he should be fine. He's adding in knights, which is making a lot of sense. Of course, those are siege units, and siege units usually don't do too well against knights, against fast melee units. So let's see how Viper is going to continue this push. 2-man saw coming in. Viper is up to imp. Is he going for trebuchet? Are we going to see like bombard cannons? Because oh no, Feitoria rush, look at this, 1 Feitoria coming up, a second on the way. How much do those things cost? I don't really know. I think it was like a golden stone something. And organ guns still trying to fight those Cav Archers. A lot of Cav Archers on the field, but that's a lot of organ guns as well. Where's the Feitoria in the tech tree? Let's find out. Is it somewhere here? Can we see it? House TC. No Feitoria in the text tree. That's interesting. Apparently not. So I don't know how much these things cost. I think they cost wood and gold, and it takes like 20 population or so for the Viper. Viper is on 100 population now, but he only got, what's that, like 10, 20, I don't know. I don't want to count now. I rather want to cast the game. Cav Archers. Still moving around, trying to fight those organ guns, and there's 5 knights waiting, but they're moving back now. How's Scogo doing? He's got a decent amount of gold in the bank, not so much food. That's because he produced some knights. Needs to go for a little bit more. Arquebus coming in for the Viper. That's the ballistics upgrade for the gunpowder units, as far as I remember. So these organ guns should be strong. Now Viper is fighting and going back here, like always, stopping to take another shot on those Cav Archers, and he's doing getting good trades here. Look at this, 20 against 9 from the KD. Also, Viper is going with another Feitoria here on the front, which doesn't really make sense, but it's on stone. And conscription coming in. Scogo on the way up to Imperial Age. Feitoria rush, so Viper will get gold, will get stone. Wood and food, I think, all coming in from the Feitorias, and he's going with the university now, probably needs chemistry for bombard cannons, and now he's trying to go through the gate. How is Scogo preparing? He's going with a few more knights, another stable coming up, there's Mangonel on the way, and Viper dares to go in here. Could be interesting to see how Scogo is going to defend this. You can see the stable now, Viper, and he is going to attack that archer range. How is Scogo reacting? Where is the units? Ooh, Cav Archers coming from the left hand side, Cav Archers from the front, and there's a few knights, so Viper is getting caught in the middle here. And is going to lose probably a lot of those organ guns. So 96 military units. Is that a bug here? Is that possible? Where's all those military units? Or is that the Feitoria counting somewhere? I don't see Viper having 96 military units. Elite organ gun on the way. Do the organ guns count for more? Are they like 2? Siege units 4, but military... so 28, 85, no, 85. That is just wrong. It's not 86 military units, definitely not. I'm not sure where that number is from, so we can't really count on that. And we have Cav Archers on the field, 28 seems right. I guess the Feitoria somehow counts as military numbers here, instead of villagers to get the population up. That's my guess here at least. And then there's 1, 2, 3... Is it 3 Feitoras for now? Don't see it completely. Castle coming up in the front here. Elite organ gun is done. So 20 attack, 7 range, 70 HP. Chemistry also on the way, but heavy cavalry. Bracer coming in for Scogo, and that means we have 80 HP and only missing chemistry for the attack upgrades. Viper doing the fletching, probably for the castles here. Moving forward with organ guns as well. Very funny game for now, and Viper is not so far behind, even though the population, military population is definitely wrong. Path and Tactics, Siege Ram coming in from Scogo, 37 minutes into the game. He had a good boom, I guess, 100 villagers, looking okay-ish. Number could go a little bit higher, of course, and it's still only knights. I feel he should go for Cavalier. He will need them against the elite organ guns. The heavy cavalries won't do the trick, at least not forever, and Viper might need to go for some counter to the heavy cavalries as well. Like using, okay, the Siege Ram coming up, using elite skirmishers, or maybe Halberdiers just. That's possible for him. But for now, Viper is staying on 53 villagers on the elite organ guns. They're taking down those Siege Rams quite fast here, as you can see. But once the Siege Rams get close, it's getting dangerous. Feitora here, that's 1, 2, 3, and 1 outside, 4. I guess that's 80 then? 80 military population, Viper with 29 siege units, yeah, that makes sense. So Feitoria has 20 military pop in this overlay, and there's Viper having a few bombard cannons now with +1 range already to go for the castle. Ah, that's bombard cannon noise when you go there. And that castle is falling probably. I don't see Scogo defending that castle forever, repairing it forever. And he doesn't really have the units that he needs to counter this. He doesn't have any more siege workshops to the front, only 1 siege workshop in here. Resources for Scogo okay, he's done Cavalier, and Viper is going for bombard towers even. So he's got 5 bombard cannons, he's got a decent amount of elite organ guns, and he is not going to face too many military units from Scogo yet. Cavalry just patrolling on the right hand side, a lot of Cavalier now on the left, and that's very important. Bombard tower coming up, boat cannon on the way. And there's the villagers going for those bomber towers. Viper has the support from at least 4 Feitoras, so he can actually afford to go for bomber towers here, which makes sense somehow. And could be interesting in late game team games or something like that, where you're going for trade but might need stone as well. Then the Feitora might come in really handy, like go for bomber towers because you have 5 Feitoras. Would really be helpful. It's population heavy, of course. And look at the beautiful army. Viper going bracer ballistics now as well. And there's the Cavalier moving in. Scogo needs to find a way to get rid of all the organ guns. There's heavy cavalries on the right hand side. Cavalier moving in from everywhere. Not so many, well, that's a lot of elite bomber cannons actually, but they're falling fast. The Cavalier getting close, siege rams even in the mix. And even though there's bomber towers around, I think Viper is going to lose most of his army here. And Scogo also losing many units, but looks like he's coming out on top, kinda, because he was able to get rid of almost all of these elite organ guns. Viper now doing murder bolts for the bomber towers, makes sense. Scogo is taking the extra gold here on the left, trying to take his 3rd gold as well. He fixed that, and there is still 4 bomber towers on the field, but siege rams moving in, and there's a good amount of Cavalier left. Scogo has 3 relics against 2 from the Viper. Viper is using the villages now to take care of these siege rams, garrisoning him again, but it looks like that bomber tower is going down, and now light cav moving in from Scogo. Doesn't have a lot of food in the bank, but enough to produce apparently. As you can see, his spamming units. Viper doing architecture even to make these bomber towers stronger, also to make the castle stronger, I guess, and possibly the Feitora standing outside here. Viper soon is overchopped here actually. He is still going for elite organ guns. He's not adding in any pikemen or halberdiers, which he should do, let's be honest, to be able to counter this. And the bomber towers are actually falling. Another one cutting up, but those siege rams are quite strong. Before going down, of course, they take in tower with them. Viper is doing, Scogo is doing for stables on the right hand side here, going for more Cavalier, going for a lumber camp as well. And Scogo is not on gold here because Viper is still covering that front, still with most of the map control. Blast Furnace coming from Scogo is saving the relics to the back here, which is really nice. There's a monastery coming up. Perfect play here. We've seen it a few times from Melkor, and now Scogo is doing the same thing. Players know that they need the relics, and I think it's always smart to go for that and prepare the counter in the meantime. 4 bomber cannons as far as I can see, taking down stables, and those single cavalry units are not really doing a lot. Elite organ guns moving to the back here, following that Cavalier, which is dying, and those outposts will go down. We have a few elite organ guns at the front. What is Scogo doing? How's the military count doing? 30. Only 30, that's not a lot here. Scogo has a different game, but both on 165 population, and Scogo is on 136 villagers. Viper only on 55 plus whatever the Feitoras are giving him. He's going for another Feitora here actually, so he's gonna have again more more military units, which doesn't really make sense in the overlay. It's gonna be fun to see that Viper is getting a lot of stone, a lot of gold, all at the same time. Look at this, the numbers rising quite fast already. And there's the elite organ guns moving forward into Scogo's base now. Or Scogo can direct. Siege rams coming in on the left, and the company of Lightcav and a few of those Cavalier to take down the castle here actually. Viper saw it, is building a gate behind this. In the meantime, he's moving through Scogo's base, get rid of that TC, and Scogo is adding in more Cavalier. It's only a few singles inside those stables. I think he should add some Lightcav again, maybe go for Hussar upgrade if he can, and at the same time Viper is losing a castle. Very important, he was able to get rid of most of the siege rams, but there's 2 remaining, and now Scogo is moving into the Cavalier, taking down a lot of those elite bombard cannons. There's no protection from the bombard towers. Okay, now there is, of course, but those were too far forward, and that means Viper low on army now, low on military units. There's only a few singles, and actually that's Scogo, sorry for that. He's got a lot of cavalry units, obviously, but Viper has to produce more, and he's producing from castles. Those elite organ guns are not so easy to mass. Viper 16 siege units, that's mostly organ guns, I guess. Scogo is still moving in with the cavalry, now Lightcav moving forward, but those bomber towers are really strong, and I think Archip was even counting for the bomber towers. I'm not sure, maybe not, or do they benefit from ballistics, but I think they're quite accurate here. Now Scogo is saying, okay, let's get rid of the Feitoras. They're standing, that one is standing on the left hand side, why not? And Viper is losing Feitoras here, which is not good. He wants to keep them alive, of course. Maybe we should have put it into the back. It's not happening. Now Viper is going for that remaining main gold from Scogo, and he's got a decent amount of elite organ guns once again to move forward to try and break into Scogo's base. Scogo, a lot of villages on the gold here on the left hand side. Viper with a decent amount of resources, food and wood, but he mainly needs wood and gold, I guess. And now there's more siege ram moving in, going for that castle, a lot of elite organ guns. Viper is trying to repair the castle here, but it's going on really fast. The walls are breaking, and a few light cav still moving in, but not enough siege rams apparently. Those elite organ guns are really good. And we have even bombard cannons now on the field again. So Viper is stopping the castle from going down. He's able to repair it in time, able to stop the siege rams. At the same time, he's moving into Scogo's base using more of those elite organ guns. And he's going to be able to take down a few of those villages now. Scogo only doing heavy plow now, better late than never, but that's quite late. Scogo resources looking okay-ish. He should go for Hussars in my opinion. Got a good amount of units in those stables waiting to actually get a chance to attack these elite organ guns, and I think that's the point of the game where Scogo wants to move. The organ guns went a little bit far forward. Cavalier, Light Cav all moving in. The siege rams going for those bomber towers, and that's quite a lot of siege rams. That's 5 at least. And we have elite organ guns going down really fast. Viper is with a few more elite organ guns on the left hand side, coming from protection of the castle, but they are a little bit slower, of course, than the cavalry, and you can see those bomber towers are actually falling quite fast here. Viper low on gold. Doesn't really have a lot of gold left. Not sure if he's still taking. He's going for the stone now in the back here, but I don't think he's taking a lot more gold. Just got a little bit inside his base, and a few bomber towers actually going down. Quite a lot of them falling fast now with those 5, 6 siege rams moving through the bomber towers. Actually, they could even attack the elite organ guns, and Viper is desperately trying to get rid of those siege rams. He's actually almost one-shotting them, maybe 2-shotting, but only 2 bomber towers, maybe 3 remaining. And again, Scogo is able to push Viper back to the safety of the bomber towers. Viper still not able to really break Scogo's base, and there's now the Hussars moving out to attack those spread out elite organ guns, which is not good. Siege rams moving forward. We might see that castle fall soon. Only 2 bombard cannons and a few single units around. Big quick gates coming from Viper, who is good on wood and food. He definitely needs to go for pikemen and halberdier now, but he's not doing. He's just going for the Orjan guns. He's just going for his signature name unit, and he's moving into Scogo's base once again. I think he wants to get rid of most of this economy now, and if he had a few like cavalry units, he could raid like wherever he wanted. Now like this, siege rams attacking the next Feitoria, and the castle for now is standing. Scogo sending Hussars and a few Cavalier now again to try and get rid of all the elite organ guns, but it's not going to be so easy. That's a good amount actually. They're getting attacked from this TC though, and ooh, more Hussars coming in. Yeah, that's definitely a good fight for Scogo here. All those organ guns going down, the Hussars, that's just so many of them, and they are going to survive, or most of them are. And Scogo now has a decent army at home and can move out to once again try to get rid of the bomber towers. Doesn't have a castle, Scogo, and he could go for traps. Going for siege workshops now on the left hand side. Viper is focusing on the left a little bit more, using the bombard cannons and going for another castle here to protect the left-hand side, I guess. But Feitoria actually is still standing. That's 1, 2, 3 of them. Wait, wasn't there number 4 somewhere in the back here? It's on the outside. Okay, so still 4 Feitoras here for the Viper, but Scogo is looking quite good here. Population, again, almost the same. Viper only 43 villagers, but the Feitora's up. And now Viper is trying to park those elite organ guns between the 2 unfinished gates, I guess. It's not really easy to micro them into that. And there's the bombard cannons as well to try and defend here. Siege trams could move forward. Hussars coming in. Very important fight. And, ooh, how did that gate go down? Maybe a bombard cannon set the splash damage, or was it the elite organ guns? Not sure. But Hussars are moving in now, and Viper is again losing a lot of his military units. That's really costly. Viper's KD is positive, but Scogo has trash units on the field, and he can afford them. Scogo is looking good here. Not in a score lead yet, but they're really, really close. Population-wise, both going down quite far. 114 villages only now for Scogo. He was on 136, I think. But Scogo is still looking good. Got a lot of wood in the bank, and Viper is still going for the siege units, is still going for organ guns, which I count as gunpowder units, of course. And the siege rams have to move back here because no support. Few heavy cav archers still on the field, but I think Hussars and Cavalier maybe should do the trick here. So the game's still open, and Viper needs to add in another unit, I think. He cannot go for the elite organ guns only forever. That's going to be too tough. Another Feitoria coming up. I think that's one he needs to rebuild. And Viper 141 military units, but it's only 21 actually, not 22. So we have a 120 Feitoria population, and therefore Viper is on 178. He never had that pop, but he has the advantage to get stone, gold, food, wood constantly without having to worry about like gold mines running out or something. It's basically a few relics giving also stone, and of course then there's the wood and food, which you can go for the villagers, so Viper doesn't really need a lot of food, but Viper, as you can see, low on pretty much everything now. He's finally putting on some barracks. The thing is, Scogo is on 63 military units, Viper only on 31, and there's a lot of Hussars, ooh, and a lot of siege trams moving in. This could be a very important fight here. Scogo is moving into the castle, going for the organ guns, of course. Viper is trying to wall them, but it's not happening. That gate is not going up. The villager cannot build it because there's units standing on them, and the siege trams hitting that castle. Barracks coming in to produce a few spearmen, I guess. Viper is not producing, he's still microing his army, but the siege rams are taking down the castle and now even attack the organ guns here. And those spearmen, there won't be a lot of them because the siege rams are taking care of the barracks, going down 1, 2, and a third one as well. Now Scogo has a big advantage in my opinion, only 5 military units for the Viper, and a lot of siege rams moving towards Viper's base. How do you fend from that now? Viper has a decent amount of stone, food, and wood, but no gold. And this Feitoria is definitely doomed, and Scogo is just saying, okay, let's go for Viper's base now, let's try to attack. Actually, he's inside with Hussars already, something I didn't see. Also here on the wood line he's raiding, and Scogo has a lot of resources in the bank. He can sell wood if he needs some gold. Pikemen coming in from the Viper now, there's the barracks for him. Does he have more barracks coming up inside? But I think that's too late. Viper needed to add in the pikemen and halberdier earlier. Like this, he won't be able to mass too many of them, and the siege rams actually are pretty hard to stop now. Those 2 Feitoras might die really fast, or the elite organ guns first. And Viper doing iron casting now, he wants to get a few pikemen in, but look at this, the Hussars will be happy to take on single pikemen here, and the siege rams can't really be stopped. Scogo got map control back, he's got a trebuchet here now, it means he has a castle somewhere, and he's taking on one of the Viper's last, it's the last castle actually, another castle coming up from Viper next to the main TC, siege ram on the Feitoria. And we're gonna see Scogo move into Viper space pretty much for the first time in this game, but at 1 hour and 17 minutes it's a good time to actually be able to go into your enemy space when you have a lot of military units. And now Viper is adding in a lot of pikemen, so the Hussars actually going down. How is Scogo going to react here? He's sending villages forward, he's sending a lot more siege rams, he's got enough stone for yet another castle, he's got a decent amount of Hussars here, and he is still raiding inside Viper space, which is also good. Viper on the other side, a lot of nothing here, pretty much, because low on resources, and there's still a lot of Hussars, there's a good amount of Cav archers, there is those siege rams, again moving forward. Trebuchet now hitting the Feitoria, that's one more Feitoria going down. This one is very low on HP, those both are actually. The villagers even trying to take down the siege rams, but it's not happening. I think this one is going down fast. Hussars again moving in to take on the elite organ guns. Viper still producing, obviously. He's also going for pikemen, there's only a few on the map, and now 130 military units for the Viper, but that's only, I don't know how many money, not a lot for sure. And Viper's calling the GG here. If he really wanted to win that game, he needed to go for pikeman halberdiers earlier. He did not do that. He wanted to show that it's possible to go with organ guns and bombard cannons. And Scogo, the good player that he is, was able to actually survive long enough and use the Huns cavalry units to be able to take down siege and the siege rams, of course, to take down a lot of armies from the Viper. In the end, Scogo winning this game. Hope you enjoyed this one. A very nice one indeed. Another masterpiece attempt, I guess, somehow at least. And see you in the next games then. GG.